Hi friends, welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. If you're new here, I'm Sheena and this is my homestead, and today is apple day. We have been so blessed in our orchard this year. We have received lots and lots of apples from our little growing trees. You would be so surprised at how many apples grow on a 3-year-old tree. But anyway, we are so thankful for all that we have. And on top of it, I have a friend who called and said, come on over to our orchard. We've got more apples than we can use. If you want them, they're yours. And of course I said, we'll be there right away. So the kids, Rob and I went over and picked as many apples as we possibly could. She does not use pesticides either, so some of them have little wormholes and things like that, and that is okay with us. We would much rather deal with something like that than the chemicals and pesticides that are traditionally put on fruit to make it look perfect. So anyway, today we are going to make applesauce. This is the very first time I have ever made applesauce on my own. I have a new contraption. It is a food mill with a motor. I got it from Johnny Appleseed, and so bear with me as I learn how to use all of this stuff and try to take us back to our roots. So if you're wondering why my kitchen looks like this, I guarantee you this is what every gardener's kitchen in America looks like right now. I've got tons of pre-washed mason jars for us to put our final product in. It's really a good thing to prep and get up early and figure out all the logistics of your project, because otherwise you might become overwhelmed very quickly. So anyway, I've got these all prepped for us. I have 2 canning pots back there on the water. I am going to dice and slice and put these in some hot water just to get them nice and soft before we go on with our next step. So I have 2 giant bowls here. One is for my quartered apples and the other is for the chickens, all the scraps that are left over. So I have started washing my apples and then I bring them over here and I just get to it. The machine allows you to put the whole apple through except for the stem, but what I'm trying to do is alleviate some of the stress on my machine by cutting just the core out. I'm not taking the skins or anything off like that. That will all be part of our final apple product in our applesauce. I think there's extra nutrition and fiber in that, so why take it off? We're gonna keep it all in, and our chickens are gonna receive a really delicious treat at the end of the day. Okay, so to get started, I'm gonna call in a little helper. Liliana has been waiting for this day for a long time. She has an adorable little outfit to boot. So we are gonna start getting all of this cut up and ready for the next step. So come along.
So, like I said, the machine that I bought is supposed to take care of all of this. So it makes it really simple. I don't have to take the skins off of my apples here. And truly, I could just put the whole thing through as long as I quartered the entire apple, including the core. But, I'm just cutting down some wear and tear on the machine. I haven't really used it yet, so I just want to see what it can take and what it's about before I just start putting some heavy-duty things in. So our chickens are going to love getting these scraps, so I don't mind doing it this way just this time. And then this is Liliana, and she is helping me cut. You can see she has a kid-friendly knife. These are made out of plastic, and it has revolutionized our kids' lives. They can be so independent. A friend recommended these to me, and we just love them. I will link them down below.
I'm going to fill up our bowl here, and what I'm going to do is take a fresh lemon and squeeze the juice all over. And then this way, when I put them into the boiling water for them to soften a bit, they've got this lemon that will transfer over there and reach all of them in this bowl. And that'll keep them from browning. So, and it adds a little extra flavor. Perfect. All right, let's get them in.
In this season of harvest and abundance, one of my new favorite things to do is get the kids involved in chopping food with me. It could be a very tedious and lonely job if I were doing it all by myself, but when I have the kids sitting across from me and helping me do it, they feel so accomplished, and it gives me some alone time with them just to chat and talk about things that might not have come up in a regular day had we not had this time together. So we've really enjoyed it so far, and they're such a big help.
All right, so we have our big pot filled behind me, and that is cooking for applesauce. Now I'm going to switch gears a little bit. And okay, so thanks for joining us outside. We decided that this was the best place for this little machine since it is such a beautiful day out. First of all, we were gonna try to do this on our countertop, but we have a bullnose edge on our countertop, and the clamp on this just didn't fit right. So Rob helped me come up with this option, which I think might work even better because the mess stays outside, right?
Yes.
So, okay, here goes nothing. Let's give this thing a try. All right, so we have our bowl here, which I'm hoping the finished product of applesauce comes out into this part. And then this is where all the scraps, the skins, and whatever else is left comes out. We might end up running this 2 times through just to make sure we have all of that yummy goodness in our applesauce. But let's try it. Nothing so far.
Oh, here's some stuff coming out.
Oh, good.
Here's some. It's working.
All right.
Here's the smusher.
We might need it to be more on a slant. There we go.
It's applesauce.
Here comes the applesauce. Let's turn it off for a second. We will get this guy loaded back up and we'll start again. So far, so good. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Well, not gonna lie, that was really fun, and look at all of this applesauce. This is amazing. I'm gonna take you guys inside. Let's bring the applesauce away from the bees and we'll give it a try. Wow, look at that. We have a giant bowl of fresh applesauce. Now Liliana and I are gonna taste it before we start canning it up. All right, here we go. 1. Liliana beat me to it. Oh my gosh. I think that's the best applesauce I've ever had in my life. Oh my goodness. Possibilities are endless with this. Oh my gosh, you could add cinnamon to it, a little bit of honey, put it on top of oatmeal in the morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for the rest of the family to try this. Isn't it good? It is. All right, well, we're gonna get this canned up and ready to last us all year long. So I'm gonna put these, which I've already cleaned and washed, in here, and we're gonna lower them in just to get them nice, hot, and sterilized. And then we'll load ourselves up. Right, Lil?
Yes.
Yep. So while I have the jars in the water bath canner heating up and sterilizing, I am going to grab the pot that we originally used to cook our apples in, and I'm going to return the applesauce into this pot. The reason for this is we just want to bring it back up to a boiling point so it's nice and hot when we put it inside of our jars. Oh, that is heavy. Now, this is the point where you could add sugar if you wanted to, or cinnamon. I am gonna add cinnamon to some of our applesauce, but not all. So I'm just gonna get started with this, put it on the stove, get it nice and hot. I am gonna add just a little bit more lemon juice to prevent any more browning while we're going through this process. But other than that, we're just keeping it straight apples. Oh. Now I'm gonna watch this very closely because we don't want it to burn. That, after all of our hard work, all the time we've spent on this so far, don't want it to burn. So I'm gonna sit right over by it, babysit it, make sure that it heats up nice and warm, but doesn't go too far. All right, our applesauce is ready. It's nice and hot. And I'm just gonna grab the last jar. All right, we are ready to go. Okay, so I think we're all set. I have my canning tools here and ready. I'm going to use a measuring cup to scoop this out and get it in to each. And you can't forget our debubbler. We're gonna need that too. So I'm just gonna give this a stir. Here we go. Want to leave 1 inch headspace on each of our jars. If you don't do that, you risk your jars boiling and bubbling over in the process, and then you won't get a nice seal, and eventually your product will go bad. So make sure to leave yourself enough space. This is such nice, thick applesauce. I'm really excited about the results of this. I'll be honest, I paid almost $180 for this Johnny applesauce maker, and I wasn't quite sure if it was really worth the investment because I don't mind elbow grease. And I thought, you know, maybe that I should have just gotten like the handheld, you know, manual kind. But you know what? I definitely think it was worth it. The kids thought it was really cool too. I think you can use it for sauce, which sauce is even more of a pain in the butt to make. So I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. So at this point, with how much I have left in my pot here, I am gonna start debubbling and seeing how much I have left to work with. This one I felt a little too high. This one needs some more. This one is going to need a little more. This one might be a little high. You can even them out. All right, well, not bad. We were able to get 6 quarts and 1 pint out of that whole batch. I'm pretty happy with that. So our next step is we're just gonna take a paper towel and a little bit of vinegar, and I'm going to wipe down the rim of every glass. And the reason we do this is to make sure we are getting rid of anything on the rim that might prevent this can from sealing properly. Worst thing would be to go through all of this work and then to have them not last as long as you wanted them to. So just make sure that we're getting everything off of that rim so we can get a proper seal. Perfect. And then these just came out of the saucepan with a little bit of hot water in there. I'm just going to put them on each. Our goal is to keep everything as sterile as possible. And then when you're screwing on your lids, you just want them to be finger tight. If you go too hard, they'll end up buckling, and you don't want that. Okay, now into the water bath they go. Oh my goodness, friends. We did it! We made it! We tried something new together and it turned out wonderfully. I'm so excited about this new process and I can't wait to get to more. I've already been quartering and coring all the apples in the meantime so I can get another batch in the machine before the sun goes down. But I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this brand new experiment. Something we never tried before, but we put our minds to it and we did it. This is super exciting. This is the Johnny Apple Sauce Maker. I will link it down below in case you'd like to try it out for yourselves. If you have another option of something that you use that works really well, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear the things that work well and are time tested, because that's the true test. I don't know how long this will last. I'm praying and hoping it lasts lots of seasons, but you never know how things are. So let me know what works for you. And if you've done this before, let me know if you're gonna try it. I hope you do, because this is amazing. And this is a time of year where you can find apples for really good prices. The stores have them in bulk right now because it is apple season. So anyways, I hope you get to the store and I hope you get to try some of this too. It was really fun. Grab a friend, share my videos so that they can learn too, and just make a day of it because it's a really, really fun process. You saw how the kids, even behind the scenes, the other kids came up and wanted to try it too. So it was really fun. You could definitely make even an apple party out of it if you wanted to. So thank you so much for joining me on my very special apple day. I had a great time. I hope you did too, and I hope you have a really great week ahead. I would really appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and share me with a friend. And I will see you next time on Sheena's Homestead. Bye. Psst. P.S. If you liked that video and you want to see how I make all this apple pie filling, check out the link above. You can see how I make this amazing apple pie.